Hello, everybody. This is your girl Shakitha, Mrs. Shakitha. And so, right now, we're removing our makeup for the night. So, we're going to start off with our Pond's Coat Cream. Remember my last tutorial, I was telling you that I was making like a face scrub cleanser that dubbed as like a face mask. Well, this is what I'm using tonight, but I'm also working on a makeup remover too. Stay tuned. So anyway, we're using this, and I've got a story to tell that I want to share with you and the world. Maybe this will change your perspective on things and how you operate and all that good stuff when you're out doing your deeds, right? So I just apply that to my entire face, and we just let it sit. So anyway, while it's sitting, I'm rubbing this in and wiping it off. Let me share something that happened. So I was reading this book by an author. Her name is Catherine Ponder. And in this book, it just talks about law of attraction, basically prosperity, and different things like that. So anyway, there's a section in the book that I happened to come across, and it was called The Law of Giving, like the vacuum law. So basically what that states is that in order for us, we cannot get anything unless we give something. And in the book, it stated that some people will be like, well, how can I give something if I don't have anything? Because some people literally legit don't have anything, right? So it's not about what you give. It could be like giving somebody a ride. It could be cleaning somebody's house for them. It could be mowing their lawn. The list just kind of goes on and on. And so my point to you is that I was reading this and I have been applying it to my life, because I do feel like in anything that you ask God for, the universe for, you have to give. So anyway, I'm in a grocery store, and long story short, I ran into this lady and I see her on the cat food aisle as she is, and I'm using the Huggies wipes, the natural ones, to remove this guy. So she's getting like cat food and stuff, and Noel's talking. I always go to the clearance aisles of every Walmart I'm in. If I go to a different city and I go into Walmart, because there was a meme I seen on Instagram and it said, no matter where black people go, they gonna find a Walmart. That be me, okay? So I be lining to the clearance aisle to see if they got some good stuff. So anyway, and sometimes they do. They have my Nivea lotion for like $2, and I love it. Anyway, I'm on this aisle. It's by the cat food and dog food. So she was entertained by Noel, because of course Noel says and does the most. Long story short, we get up to the register. We got what we went for. Needed to get home and cook. So she's telling this lady that we had seen on the cat and dog food aisle, she was telling how her cat needed surgery and how her husband, didn't understand why, the surgery was like $2,000 and they only had to pay $900 because something covered it, like insurance or something. But she still had to come out of pocket for this $900. And her husband was like, why don't you just get another cat? Like, it's not a big deal, just get another cat. And she's like, no, this is my baby. I'm not gonna put her to sleep. I'm just gonna pay the $900. And it was better than $2,000, which is true. So anyway, she's talking. She gets up there, and like she was like 100 and some, like 20 something dollars worth of like groceries and just different miscellaneous stuff. So I wasn't paying attention at first, and then she goes on to use it. She had a food benefit card. Well, it didn't cover all the food, and so she was gonna have to pay $88 and something, right? And I'm like, oh no, I couldn't do that. So that whole thought process of giving. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I pay for the rest of this woman's groceries. She would not let me pay for the rest of her groceries. But here's how the story gets good. I said, look, you don't know me. You don't know my name to even want to be able to pay me back. I said, let me get this for you. And she was legit so thrilled and overjoyed that I would do something like that for her. you know. And I'll just say this. You could tell that it was somewhat of a weight, you know, lifted off of her when I did that. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, you know, she didn't cry or anything, but you could tell she was like emotional about it. So she was like, you know, thank you. And then the cashier up at the count, you know, the Walmart cashier was like, you know, I really appreciate you doing that. You didn't have to do that, you know, and that was a good gesture on your part. Thank you. And in my mind, I'm like, no, you don't have to thank me. And I didn't want the lady that I had done it for to continue to thank me because I have already been paid in full. Okay? Because that favor and that grace for my blessings that's on their way because somebody has blessed me in some way at some point, the bill has already been paid. And guys, I'm trying to be quiet because my daughter's nosy and she be trying to stay up late and I'm about to get in the shower. So my point is, if you can be a blessing to one, two, even if you don't have it to do, that's perfectly fine. Next time you see somebody out, an old man or like an older or more mature lady or man out mowing that grass, ask to take over. Ask to take over. Or you're in the store and somebody is, you know, shorter or elderly reaching for something on the top shelf. Be like, no, I got you. I'm going to take care of it. Help them out. So it's not always about the monetary value of giving, but we have to give something of ourselves in order to continuously be blessed. And people don't realize that. Like when they say you can't get something for nothing, that's what that means. You can't get something for nothing. So you have to incorporate maybe a skill that you do, a trade, money if that's what you want to do. See how my face gets red, guys. I was telling you I have oily skin, but it gets really sensitive. So that is my point of the night. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you next time. So just remember to be a blessing. In this world that we have going on right now, it is such a blessing to be a blessing. So always be a blessing to those around you, and you will be continuous. I mean, they'll just overflow. Opportunities that you didn't see that you could get will happen. Doors will open. Grace and favor will be showed up on you. You will walk in doors that some people can't pay to get in. You hear that? You will walk through doors and sit at tables that some people can't pay to sit at. Even if they got the money, so they may have went over your head. So just be a blessing to anybody and everybody around you. God bless you. Sorry guys, got some cream on my nose. God bless you and good night.